Dan,
Didi,
I guess it's just us again.
man, we thought we had Chris back at the table, and he ditches us once again. We show up with a reservation for 3. We got to sit there with that empty seat. People wondering, was that other guy showing up? And he's not showing up today.
Yep, not showing up today. I guess he's now a Wisconsin man, and the Bucks won the championship. So
he's still out.
Yeah, so he's celebrating. Yeah, he's still out in the Deer District. So that's why Chris is not here today. But it's me and Dan, and we have a lot to get to today on the show. But first, like always, got to get this question going on. Dan,
yes,
you're on a first date. It's at a buffet. What are the 3 things on your plate? Mind you, first date at a buffet. What are the 3 things on your plate?
Wow, incredible question. I can't wait to hear why. But first things first, I'm the realist, but salad, you got to get some greens on there, right? If it's a first date, salad, little light, little balanced. Mm-hmm. From there, I'm going 1 protein, preferably maybe chicken. Again, okay. Keep things light on that side. Boy, for a third. Now, you can't go 2 veggies, right? Because you don't want to look like that guy. But
true.
If we have a light starch option, if that's even a thing, I don't know. Because then we'll swing back around for dessert. I'm not going to include dessert on this,
don't
or
do
else
that.
That's naturally part of it. Maybe a roll.
Okay.
Maybe a nice a light roll, but kind of have a balance there of the light, but not too heavy. Something that you're going to regret to have in an hour or so.
Yeah, because I was thinking I went to Ponderosa a lot as a kid, all the time going to Ponderosa. But I was like, you can't do that on a first date. That's what changes this whole thing up. So even when I get a salad, which salad is one of my things, I can't get the cherry tomatoes because the cherry tomatoes, you bite on that thing the wrong way.
Yep.
That tomato's going right into your date.
Big trouble. So and you're trying to stab it like a fish that isn't dead yet on your plate, just squirming around. And then you're either wearing it, she's wearing it, or after the bite, you're both wearing it.
Exactly. See, you feel me. You understand this. Yeah. And then I was thinking I guess I was thinking like a roast beef situation. Mm-hmm. So I could cut it and I can, but then the third one, I'm kind of lost on it because I don't know. The third one's where it gets tricky. It's what else is on the buffet? It's do I get, it's I guess a mac and cheese or a pasta salad or something like that. But I don't want my breath to stink.
Right.
So it's it's very weird. You're at a buffet, you like buffets. Hopefully she likes the buffet too. And then but you don't know what to do because you don't want to make yourself look like a fool who eats a shit ton. I don't know.
Yeah, that's tricky. And you got to be things. I mentioned bread. That's probably the only hands-on food that I'd be okay with doing. Otherwise, keep the hands off. Gentlemen specifically, here's just some general advice now that we're bringing this up. When you're on a first, second, third, probably first 3 dates, try to avoid the handsy meals, okay? And I'm not trying to get an innuendo in there, but the sloppy burgers and sandwiches and ribs. Yeah, legend, I'm calling you out. But ribs, everybody gotta take it easy there. You gotta act like when you're on that first date that you're eating in front of a mirror and you have to stare at yourself the whole time. Okay? Just
that's good.
Be aware of that.
Okay,
that's my advice.
That's really good because I was thinking because when you mentioned chicken, I was man, I should have thought about chicken. But when I think about chicken at a buffet, I think wings or I think something that you know what I mean? Chicken, I gotta pick up and you can't. I don't want someone on the first date to see me eating chicken wings. It's not a pretty sight. It's not good for anyone around. It's a wild experience.
No, yeah, you need knife and fork chicken on the buffet for sure. Yeah, maybe the roll, the bread is probably as much as you can go with using your hands, but otherwise, let that cutlery take care of business. So keep yourself clean. All right, keep yourself clean. It's important.
You know where that came from?
No.
Family Feud. Literally. I was watching Family Feud.
Okay.
That's where it came from. And I was of course you know what? Bam. That's what we're starting the podcast off with. What's up? It's DD out here in LA. Finally, I am back in LA after a month gone in Orlando and Las Vegas. Dan is in Pittsburgh and Chris is in the Deer District. So we will not see him today. He's partying with Giannis somewhere, getting that exclusive for us for the brunch breakdown.
That's right. That's right.
Well, today on the show, we're going to be talking cardboard beds at the Olympics that are supposed to stop a little hanky-panky from happening. We're going to talk about Giannis's Chick-fil-A celebration order. We're going to talk billionaires in space, Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, and we got a lot more to get to, too. We got Brunch Court. We got a taste test in Brunch Court, which I'm really excited about. And, of course, what we're listening to and just a bunch of stuff. So let's get to it all, and let's start it off like we always do with Brewsday, which, Dan, I'm back.
You back? All right.
I'm back.
Nice.
With one that I have been waiting to talk about for weeks. Wow. I haven't been able to and it's been one has been sitting in my fridge for this. I bought a 6-pack, like, I want to say the week I left, or maybe a little before that, and I was like, I have to save this for the brunch breakdown. And so I had one sitting in the corner in my fridge. It is Cool Kids Juicy IPA from Cali Craft Brewing Company. Ooh. And it is delicious. I promise you. And look, and I even kept the box so I could read this to you. This is how great this beer is. This might be the official beer of the brunch breakdown.
Wow. I'm in love with it so far.
So it says in there, this is where you should drink it at a music festival. And you should drink it because you want to. And you pair it with pizza or cheese puffs.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
How is that not the official beer of the brunch breakdown? That is us all over it. That's amazing.
Dude, hashtag Cool Kids, KIDZ, IPA. Use that hashtag. Get this stuff wherever you can. It's incredible. It is just a awesome, juicy, hazy IPA, and I just absolutely am in love with it. I bought it because of the can, and I like, the hazy IPAs. Can't really go wrong with them. And I bought it, and I was like, this is so good. So good. So shouts to Cool Kids IPA, Cali Craft Brewing Company. Fire. Yeah.
Dude, I was first drawn in by that can. I love that can. So
this is a great can.
I'm with you there, how that drew you in. But then you're talking, juicy and hazy IPAs. I'm right there in line for you. And it sounds, man.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. You're going to have to make sure, if I can't get those anywhere within the vicinity of me, which I can't.
Well,
next time out, I'm going to remember that one.
We'll figure it out.
Once we get the sponsorship deal in place, we'll all get it.
Exactly. Everybody, tag Brunch Breakdown and hashtag Cool Kids IPA. So then,
yes,
they'll come to us.
Let it happen. Hey, if we get it, we'll send it out to all the listeners. We'll send it out to you people. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Well, that's an amazing return to Brewsday.
Yes. Yes. This is a month in waiting. I've been waiting so much. Literally, the one beer sitting in the corner of my fridge this whole time I've been gone has been this. And I've been waiting to talk about it.
Amazing beer. Really good stuff. For me this week, I had a beer that's been sitting in the fridge for a little while because it was so damn good. It's one of those beers that you just don't want to drink. And I figured it was time to pull it out this week from my good friends at Grist House in Millvale, just outside of downtown Pittsburgh. This is the Plumbus Shaman Fruited Sour. Now they have a Shaman series, different variants, different names. It's really one of their sour series. And as I'm reading this and as I'm showing this on screen now, yes, for fans of Rick and Morty, I literally have no idea what this is about, what this means. I had a friend look it up online real quick, and it seems weird, and I really didn't want to read any further into what this means. I don't watch it. I don't really know. Dee, I don't know if you do, but plumbus, I guess, is a term used in the show. This little design here is a plumbus, whatever that means. Doesn't really matter. It's all about the beer because the beer is delicious. And this beer was naturally brewed with plums, lemon juice, and berry tea from local place Allegheny Coffee and Tea Exchange, which might sound a little bit weird, but let me tell you what. This beer is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm not a huge plum fan. So when I saw plums, I was like, maybe the lemon will balance it out. But the berry tea is like the savior of this beer and really encapsulates all of it. You get all of it. You even get a hint of vanilla on the end of it, which sours that are brewed with any sort of vanilla or milk sugar can just be a beautiful thing. And this one is a beautiful thing. It's one of my favorite beers they've ever done. It's just fantastic. You get all those flavors. It's a great berry mix. The lightness from the lemon, the plums kind of round it out. But that tea flavor, man, I don't know who started the idea of brewing beer with tea, but it was brilliant. Thank you for that. The Plumbus Shaman, part of the Shaman series from Grist House. Exquisite.
That is a great can. For one,
yes.
That is a great can. I got really nervous when you said variant. It's a triggering word. It's a triggering word.
It's trending for the wrong reasons right now. That's true.
It's funny, the words that now trigger me and make me feel weird. And it was like, you said variant, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want this one. Variant.
All of a sudden, Delta Airlines not doing too well. Nothing to do. Dude, Corona's sitting back. Corona beer sitting back going, yeah, it's not us anymore, you bitches.
Dude, Corona had to go get Snoop. For what reason? There's no reason for them to have to overpay for Snoop to advertise Corona, but like that's how desperate it was for them. They were like, we have to go actually spend money on advertising and get Snoop. We can't just have regular people drinking Corona anymore. We have to go get Snoop.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had to rebound from that. But no rebounding from this beer. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful Brewsday. And
I love it.
And enjoying these two beers here with everybody today.
Dude, there is so much that I have to. It's funny. You forget, I'm coming up on 7 years I've been away from Pittsburgh. And it's like, which is wild, right? So I'm just like, man, I need to just go to Pittsburgh and just go on a brewery tour. So we just need to get a designated driver and just have someone just drive us all around, because I just need to go to all these places. I need to do it.
We can make that happen. We can get that taken care of. There is a company that does that very thing, that does a bus and hops around, and they even go in and get the beers for you. It's all
really?
It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. But any of those ones that don't get hit up, there are plenty. It's crazy what's happening in Pennsylvania as a state overall. Is one of the most craft breweries, a collection of craft breweries in the entire nation for any state. And competition's stiff, but that raises everybody's bar, and it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's just awesome. Every week you guys are just talking about some place in some part of Pittsburgh, and I'm just like, I'm jealous. I want to go. So but I like this bus idea. We're going to have to do that. So
make that happen. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely making that happen. All right. Dan, tell everybody where they can find the Brunch Breakdown.
Absolutely. Anywhere you listen to podcasts. Quite literally, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find us, the Brunch Breakdown, there for your listening pleasure. That includes Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. New episodes come to you every Thursday morning. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit follow on any of those places you decide to listen to us. We would very much appreciate that. That goes a long way for us, and it helps you out, because then every Thursday, boom, it's right there on your mobile device, your tablet, ready to go for you. You don't have to wait for us to announce any sort of formal announcement of the episode. So they're all there for you every Thursday. And of course, the full video episodes also come to you live every Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Those go live on our Facebook and our YouTube pages. And of course, they're available on demand any day of the week, any time of day that you need them as well. And speaking of Facebook, that's just one of the many social medias that we are on. We're also on Twitter. We're also on Instagram. We're also on Triller. And we're also on TikTok. Everywhere, just search us at Brunch Breakdown. Give us a follow. And of course, the Sounds of Brunch, the playlist that we go with, we give you those what we're listening to tracks each and every week. Go find the Sounds of Brunch on Spotify. That gets updated every Friday. Enjoy your weekend with a nice round of Sounds of Brunch.
I love it. Well, Dan, it's time. Let's get random topics off our chests. Dan, get it off your chest. Let's go.
Okay. If you don't think climate change is a real thing, you're just an absolute idiot. These aren't really topics that I generally talk about here, but I decided today there's just enough going on where I need to just really listen. If you're listening and you don't think climate change is real, let's just listen up for a minute here. Okay. This summer in Pittsburgh, we're having way too many days where we have to say, man, it's just too damn hot outside. We can't go outside. Like, you have a handful of those, maybe 5 or less every summer. We're having like 5 a month, maybe at this rate. And again, this is Western Pennsylvania, not California, not Florida, not Arizona, where that should be happening regularly. Okay. We all heard about the huge heat wave that took over the Pacific Northwest a few weeks ago, where it was 108 degrees in Seattle. Okay. In the middle of the summer. I kid you not. Meteorologists called that one of the most extreme heat waves they've ever seen on Earth. In the history of Earth. One of the most extreme. We've had, I'm sure other places around the country have as well, but we've seen these wild thunderstorms and lightning and flooding like way more extreme than they were when we were growing up, and even in the past years. Like, I'm starting to think that this whole you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than winning the lottery thing is just going to eventually tip the other way, or you should start playing the lottery a lot more, because there's way too much lightning happening out there. People were getting woken up in the middle of the night constantly every week now. It's like, damn, woke up by that storm again last night. And I have some facts. I wanted to bring some facts as well, besides just opinion, because it's not just storms, it's hurricanes, right? That's a big part of it. We're seeing a lot of hurricanes, a lot of destruction. From 1960 to 1990, there were named storms. So that's tropical storms, hurricanes. Named storms hit double digits, the 10 or more, about every other year. It's kind of on that rotation every other year. From 1991 to now, we've had double-digit storm names every year except for 7. So in one year, there was 28. So that's a pretty distinct difference in not that long period of time, 2 30-year periods. And the reason this is like fresh in my brain is obviously we're planning a wedding. It's coming up quickly. So we're looking at honeymoon destinations, and we're looking in the Caribbean and the surrounding islands. You got to take into account hurricane season. But hurricane season is like half the damn year. Okay. And it's not just, you have an odds of hitting, there's maybe one hurricane every 5 to 6 weeks. Now it's a lot more frequent. So it's really frustrating to have to gamble on a hurricane season, wanting to go in the Caribbean between June and the beginning of December. It's just insane that we have to kind of consider that off limits. So in the end, don't be a moron. Go easy on the planet. Stop using cryptocurrency. I know that sounds like a different topic, but it's really bad on the planet. Like, don't do it because it's cool. You think Elon Musk told you to do it. In fact, for every one cryptocurrency transaction is the equivalent, this is not a joke, the equivalent of 750,000 Visa swipes. That's a quote from Bill Gates. No way. That's a quote from Bill Gates. No joke. One cryptocurrency transaction equals 750,000 Visa swipes. That's the carbon footprint it leaves. So don't do that. There's no Earth 2. All right. Let's enjoy it before the whole thing blows up. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Wow. Dan with the facts, with the numbers. I love it. Yeah. And listen, I am not the biggest environmental person in the world, but when you just see certain things happening, like this Seattle thing is wild because on our news, like, it's because I'm on the West Coast. So it's like, people, it's like on our news way more prevalently than it's probably anywhere else. And there are people who which I didn't know this, moved from Arizona to Seattle in the summer. They move up to Washington in the summer because it's cooler up there. In the summer, it's just like regular summer because, in Arizona, it's like, it's insane.
Yeah.
So they move up there and they're like, yeah, I didn't move up here for this. Like, people are like super heated because they're like, I could have stayed home if it was going to be 100 degrees.
Right.
Because in Seattle and up in Washington, parts up there, because it's basically Canada up there, like the high's like 75. like it's not like they just get regular like barely summer, and then like and then you're wearing a hoodie in the morning. It's so this whole thing is kind of crazy. And even for us here, it's like I've been here for, like I said, like I've been my seventh summer here, and it's like hot is not really. August is when it like gets to be like this hot in Los Angeles.
Right.
Like it's been this hot since like the beginning of June. Like there was barely any June gloom, and even when there was, it was still like 100 degrees just coming through like like coming through clouds and like no sunlight, and you're just like, how does this even happen? So yeah, something's happening up there. I'm not smart enough to tell you what it is, but something's happening.
Yeah, there is. And again, this all just started from some honeymoon research and making sure we avoided the hurricanes, and it had me thinking and pile up, and I thought I'd bring some facts to the table just for everybody so we can maybe stick around the blue marble for a little longer.
Yeah. If you're looking, I will say, if you're looking at Hawaii, avoid August and June. No, not June. August and like September. I've been told to avoid those.
It's good to know because that's on the list.
Those. Okay. Yeah, Hawaii's great. Just avoid that late summer situation. Yeah. Okay. When you get a lot of rain depending on where you stay and all that stuff, and you don't want rain in Hawaii. No,
can't have it.
Stupid. All right. Well, I'm going to get this off my chest, and it goes into one of the topics we are going to talk about on this show today is Kanye West. We have an album coming out. And you know the best part about this is we haven't heard a word from Kanye. Kanye hasn't said a word. Right? Kanye's worn a mask. They showed him courtside at the game. He's wearing this mask that similar to the ones he wore during like the whole Yeezus tour. And he was at the Big Three, wore a mask. He's been playing his album for different like celebrities like Kevin Durant and stuff like that, wearing a mask. Had an album listening party, wore a mask, didn't say anything at all, didn't address the crowd, didn't address anybody. And this album is coming out on Friday, and it seems like it's going to, even though as we're recording this on Wednesday, by the way, guys, I don't know. Everything could go completely, it could be going weird right now as I speak. So who knows? But like, it is a planned rollout. It is a proper rollout. There's a commercial by Beats by Dre last night that came out. I'm like, I didn't think we'd ever see this again. This is a planned, proper rollout from Kanye West, and I want to applaud my favorite artist in the world, Kanye West, for just cutting the BS and just hopefully I'm still nervous.
Yeah.
Just delivering the album. It'll be on iTunes and Spotify or whatever at midnight. Like midnight. The album's finished. That's all I ask for. And right now, as of right now, everything's going to plan. So shouts to Kanye, and I'm very happy about this. Very happy. Yeah,
dude, that was tremendous news to see, but yeah, surprising, but also nerve-wracking. Yeah, I can. It's like, oh man, I hope this goes well because we don't know what we're gonna get from Kanye, right? It's been interesting. Is he back to his normal self? We kind of lost him for a while, and like literally wearing a mask or a bag over his head. And you like really thought we lost him. So we don't even know if that's him. Is he joining Daft Punk? I don't know, so maybe that's all part of it. It's all part of it, but super, super exciting and out of nowhere, but also still a little bit of nerves of if this is actually going to come together.
Yeah, it is very, it's very nervous. I'm very nervous recording this right now and saying this because I could just completely eat all of my words. And then we'll have to clip this off and be like, this is when Dee thought it was going to go normal.
It's classic brunch breakdown, right? Yes. Something happens right after we record or the next day.
Exactly.
So if you're hearing this now and you know what happened, we're speaking it the truth.
Okay, well, with that and going into the main course, I want to ask you, Dan, is there an artist, is there an event that gets you this excited? Because the thing about it is like when Kanye releases something, it becomes a spectacle. Like it becomes a huge spectacle. He's having an album release listening session, selling tickets for on Ticketmaster at the Atlanta humongous Mercedes-Benz place that holds like 70,000 people just to listen to the album. And there's going to be 70,000 people there. And I'm like, is there a person for you that gets you this excited whenever something's happened, a person or an event or something that gets you this excited?
It's not a very long list.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. There's just that aura about Kanye. And even if we're just talking about the music, right? Not even about the charade of anything else that goes along with it. But even just the music gets so many people so excited that I thought about this for a while. And I'm thinking of even the biggest names in the industry and thinking like, yeah, I get excited, but I don't get like this extra level. There's no like extra level that so many people go to. I mean, personally for me, it's if there's an artist, it's 21 Pilots, but that's again a very more me thing. And I'm kind of lose my mind whenever they release music, especially because they do it in a very untraditional manner and throw a bunch of these teasers out and make us solve puzzles. And so it makes it the anticipation even higher and also way more frustrating. So yeah, if anything compares to this, it's Coachella.
Yeah.
It's Coachella. I mean, that's no matter how many times. And that's the thing with Kanye, right? Is that he can let you down, or he can not have a great album or a song, or something just is off, or he takes a left turn. But that next time he keeps coming back, that level of anticipation stays that way. I think with so many artists, they eventually give you something that you're like, that was okay. And so you never get that excited again. Traditionally, as you hear music early on in their careers, you don't lose your mind over them anymore. With Kanye, with Coachella, you lose your mind no matter what. You know whether you're going to be let down or really like at the time of your life or the album of your life, you're going to get excited for it before, after, and in between.
Yeah, that's honestly the truth. 'Cause you just don't know. He's one of the few, I don't want to say the only, but like definitely one of the few that you just don't know what you're going to get from thing to thing, from album to album, or you just don't know what that person's thinking about. Like you just have no idea. And that just doesn't happen. Like social media kind of killed that with like, with artists and people like that. So I don't know. Like I was just thinking like in general, it's like, I feel like Taylor Swift gets that a lot.
Yeah.
But even with, I don't know, it's just such a frenzy of things that just come up. It's like, it's almost like, I feel like people get this hyped about like March Madness, like the NCAA tournament, because like you have no idea what you're gonna get. You have no idea if your team's gonna lose in the first round. It's like this unpredictability where you're just like, everybody goes into it like not knowing what the hell is going to happen. Even though sometimes it's predictable, but sometimes you have no idea. And it's kind of what I'm liking this too. Like the NCAA tournament. My team's a 2 seed and they might lose to Kent State in the first round. I have no idea.
Right. No, I love that. Yeah, because it's like a one and done thing. You have that high and that low. You don't really know, but you still get excited because anybody's got a chance to win it all on the equal playing field. You got to win the same amount of games, right? Unless you're in a play-in. But at that point, you're not Kanye West. Kanye isn't in a play-in.
No, he's not in a play. No.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one a lot. I think the other thing that is just drawing in the anticipation is we've only heard 30 seconds of a song on that commercial, right? That's all we have.
All we got.
And I love that. I love that we don't have a single, a second single, a third single. We don't have so many pieces of it. Even if it's a short or a long album, that's what's changed it so much too in the industry, is when everybody's able to release these singles now, and you're getting way too many of them leading up and anticipating an album release, that the album release never leads up and matches usually those singles that come out along with it. And even though I think the anticipation would still be there if Kanye did this, I love that we don't have it at all. And you go into it blind, and it's just going to be wild on Friday to figure out what he's given us, if he does.
It's a very like old school approach. Like I love it. I wish more people would kind of pull it back. Like I feel like because I hate long rollouts now. I like even 21 Pilots, who didn't have the longest of rollouts, but we got like 4 songs in that like month and a half or whatever. And I was like, this is too many songs. I don't want this many songs. Like it's cool to get one. I don't want this many songs before the album comes out. So I like this. And I love that it's friggin' Wednesday and we have a Beats by Dre commercial, and that's all we got. We have no idea what the hell's gonna happen.
Yeah, and I think Billie Eilish could get there, but not necessarily the way she's doing it. We've got 2 songs. I think her album comes out next week.
Yeah.
We've got 2 of them. If she were to never release a single and just announce a date like a week before the album comes out, that anticipation the week of, I think, would be crazy, because she can give you
I think it would have worked.
Things.
I'm surprised that she did it the way that she's doing it. I'm surprised that she didn't just announce a week before and say, this is it. Because I don't know. It's I don't know. It just gives it gives people so much time to like hate something or whatever. And I don't know. I don't like getting all this. I like getting I like someone putting something on Instagram on Sunday, then Friday the album's out.
That's that's the way I love it too. That way that people, and you have to, be able to have that type of pull, but there's enough artists out there like Billie Eilish that could do that. She could post something on Monday, album comes out Friday, and then once the album comes out Friday, you say, here's the tour, here are the dates, tickets go on sale Monday.
Bam.
And then you have people going, losing their minds and going nuts and striking while the iron's hot. So it can be done, but just the age of things now, it's nice to be able to have that Kanye's given us this anticipation in a short period of time, because I mean, it's so much better that way.
It is. It's much better that way. Well, we shall see. I'm sure we'll be talking about this next week on the Brunch Breakdown, when I'm sure it all falls apart, because that's how it will happen. So there we go. All right. Well, let's get into another topic here. The Milwaukee Bucks, NBA champions, their parade will be in Tampa Bay, duck boats and all. And Giannis started the celebration early, going to Chick-fil-A and ordered 50 nuggets. Not 49, not 51. But 50 nuggets for the points he scored in the championship game. And Dan, tell him what he ordered to drink.
This is the most fascinating part about it. And you can see Giannis's Instagram live video when he went up and did this. But he ordered a drink, and the drink was half Sprite, half lemonade, no ice. And this has blown my mind, and the internet's mind has gone crazy today over ordering this half Sprite, half lemonade. What was the first thing that you thought of when you thought and you heard half Sprite, half lemonade? He ordered that from a Chick-fil-A drive-thru.
I've never done that. That's the first thing that went through my head. I was like, how have I
can
like
you
lemonade.
Do that? I didn't know you could do that.
Me either. I was like, he said it so like calmly. Like he did the whole like 50 nugget thing. Like that was funny. But then like he said the lemonade and Sprite thing, like this is what you do at Chick-fil-A. And I was like, hold on. So you can just get graveyards at Chick-fil-A? Like you'll be like, hey, I want a graveyard. And they'll just like go through the thing and give that to you. Because I'm trying this the next time. I'm gonna order the Giannis the next time I go to Chick-fil-A. They better know what I want. I'm gonna be like, I want the Giannis, which is the 50 piece, and half lemonade, half Sprite. Because that's pretty genius.
It is.
Because it's got to be good.
It's got to be good. I mean, I love the Giannis meal has to be a thing. If Chick-fil-A doesn't jump on that, they're stupid. They're absolutely stupid. But this sounds super refreshing.
Yes.
It really does. You think about it, and it's almost like first thing I thought of was that it's almost like a non-alcoholic lemonade seltzer, because they're having lemonade seltzers now.
Yeah.
You're kind of that, because it balances, like sometimes lemonade sometimes you need a lemonade, but it can be overly sweet, and just a Sprite is fine. But you blend these two 50-50 together. This is a refreshing beverage that I'm dying to try. I really am. This is an amazing invention. And you're right. He's clearly ordered it before, because he was very casual about it.
Very, very casual about it. And I just love that like Giannis was in line at Chick-fil-A. Like and it's not like you can skip the line at any of those places or something, but it's just funny that like Giannis himself, who could have had anybody go out to get him Chick-fil-A, was like, no, I'm going to Chick-fil-A with the NBA championship and between my legs.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go get Chick-fil-A. I was like, I love this.
Yeah.
Like,
he could any meal. The season's over. It's been a long season.
Yeah.
You got to be strict diets. And he's like, you know what? I need the nugs from Chick-fil-A, and I need my half and half lemonade Sprite. because I've been dying for that. And now it's sweeping the nation, and I need to try it. I need to try this combination. I need to try this beverage, because if this is a brunch court item, I think this is thumbs up. Everybody's loving this idea, and we're gonna have to be doing some taste tests for. It's a perfect summer beverage as well. I need it right now.
Yeah, that's now the official drink of Wisconsin. Like, this is it. It's the official drink of Wisconsin.
Milk.
Yeah, move over milk. Yeah, it's lemonade and Sprite. Give me the Giannis. That's what you get. Yeah, it's so. I will say one last thing on Giannis. It is cool, and we forget this sometimes, because it's cool when someone wins their championship for the first time. Yeah. When like a new person wins the championship for the first time, whether it doesn't matter what sport it is, it's just so much fun. Yeah. And Giannis is so likable, and he always has been. And it's just so cool that like we get this Milwaukee wins the championship, because I love greatness, and I'm sure this won't be Giannis's last championship, and we'll all be like, oh, Giannis wins again. But like, it's fun, man. This is so much fun watching Giannis.
Yeah, as great as he is, there are a number of other teams in the NBA that were more favored to win the championship this and most every other year. You know, you have super teams and things like that. I don't even know if you can use that word anymore, because it's just so common, because it happens. And he's been there since day one. He could have left. He stayed there, did it in a quote unquote small market. And, you know, to see his raw emotion as he was able to win it. And his quote last night talking about that exact thing, he's like, man, this is effing hard. You know, I could have gone somewhere else and won a championship easier, but this was effing hard. And I'm so proud we did it this way. So excited for him. Hey, tell you what, 50-50 lemonade, Sprite. I'm sure, tell you what, you could probably do it with champagne, throw champagne in there, go Mimosa City, or that's a vodka drink for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right? Easy.
Absolutely.
You could easily turn this alcoholic and be probably really dangerous, because it's probably really tasty.
You wouldn't taste any vodka. Like if you had, unless you're drinking like the worst vodka possible, I guarantee you taste no vodka in that, and you're just sipping those things down, and then you try to get up and you have to sit back down again.
Yeah. So that's what we need. We need a name. We need a name for the alcoholic Giannis drink, because we can get, you have the Arnold Palmer, and the version of that's alcoholic. A lot of people call that the John Daly. Okay. If you follow golf, you understand that. So for Giannis, we can, you know, this half Sprite, half lemonade can be the Giannis, but what's the name of the alcoholic Giannis drink? We'll put that out to our listeners. If you have anything, send it our way at Brunch Breakdown, but we need a name. And don't like, you know, pull in some bum alcoholic NBA player and like, don't do the John Daly thing with this. Try to be a little more creative with a way where we can still tie Giannis into it.
Could call him we could call it like the fourth Antetokounmpo brother, or we'll call it like
maybe we call it the deer in headlights, because after you have like 8 of them, you're just like, it hits you. Maybe it's the deer in headlights for the Bucks.
That's good. I like that one. All right, to the next one. Dan, you love space, and a couple people took road trips to space recently. Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson and some of their homies went to space. How are you feeling about this? It's been a couple weeks of space travel.
Yeah, it has, and you're right. I do love space very, very much. But this is certainly a little bit different, right? Where you have 2 of the world's richest people using other people's money and their own money to fund trips to, quote unquote, as I use air quotes on video here, space. Yeah. That's been part of the discussion, right? Is did they actually go to space? Richard Branson went up 53 miles from the Earth's surface. Jeff Bezos went up about 65 miles. There's arguments over where that line of atmosphere crosses, somewhere in the 60s. The United States has a different thing than the rest of the world, blah, 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 blah. Did they actually go to space? Jeff Bezos didn't go to space. That trip lasted 11 minutes. 11 minutes. There's no way that counts as space. That penis-shaped rocket went straight up. That shaft came down, landed on its own, thankfully, because I thought that sumbitch was going to blow up on landing. And they stayed up there. They got weightless for 3 minutes or whatever. and came plummeting back down to the earth. That ain't space. That ain't space. But Richard Branson, same thing. He didn't go quite as high, but he was up there for 90 minutes. It was at least a total of an hour and a half, right? But when you can still be on something that looks like a tiny airplane, like the space shuttle was huge.
Yeah, it was.
When you're on something like an airplane took it up and it just like removed itself from it. I'm all for, Virgin and what Richard Branson does for the most part there, but no, I don't think either of those gentlemen or their crews went to space.
Here's the thing that bugged me the most about this whole thing. Jeff Bezos, you just spent all this money on this. Please don't come down and say, I want to thank I want to thank everybody who has a membership to Amazon. You did this. Like, that was supposed to be something I was proud of. No, fam. No. I would have liked for my money to go somewhere else. If that's what we were doing here, you know what I mean? Because I go on Amazon, I buy whatever the hell I want, because you can literally get anything I want. I watch movies, all that stuff. But please do not say to me that this was about me. Like, this was not about me. Do not thank me. Do not thank anybody who has Amazon. No. This was about you. And I know I think he thought that was like something good to say. Like, he thought like he was like, no, I want people to know that, like, I'm not just a billionaire. Like, I'm somebody who, I'm doing the best for the people. Like, I'm doing this for you guys. No, you didn't do this for me.
No.
Like, I would have clicked the box of where I wanted my money to go if that's like the new thing for Amazon. Like, if that's, when I buy shoes on Amazon, I can like click the box and say, I want it to go here. Like, yeah, I don't want it to go to space.
Yeah. When the cost of Amazon Prime goes up in 5 years, when you actually start to have like commercial flights from Amazon to space and you realize that's where the money's going, allow me to opt out of that and keep me at the same Prime price. Because if that's where that's going, we know that's where that's going. We want no part of it. Yeah. Not the right thing to say at all. We didn't have a hand in it. We didn't want to. So no need to thank us. Which one would you have rather gone on? Who would be like more annoying to be with you? There's the question. Would you rather be around Jeff Bezos for 11 minutes or Richard Branson for an hour and a half?
Okay. Oof. Richard Branson looked like he was having more fun.
Yes. He did.
Their crew looked like they were having a blast. Jeff Bezos' team looked like if you're going to Starbucks and like you're at your office and you're like, and somebody hears you say it, and you're like, hey, I'm going to Starbucks. It's like, oh, you're going to Starbucks? I'll come with you. And it just felt like they were just like going down the street. It's a weird thing. It didn't seem like any of them were like, after it seemed like they were really impressed and they were excited or whatever, but like, during it and the video footage that we've seen, it just made it seem like they were just going on a run. Like, they were like, oh man, we're interns, we gotta go get coffees, man. Like, it's just a weird thing. And they came back in like 11 minutes or whatever. It's like, that just like went up on a Tuesday, just a random Tuesday, just for like, we're just gonna run up here and we'll be back.
Just take a peek real quick. Just taking a peek up here and be right back down.
Yeah. Like, weird. They treated the Earth like it was the Hollywood sign. Like, they were like, we gotta get a selfie real quick with the Earth. We'll be back. Richard Branson's for sure, because they were just up there longer. Mm-hmm. The Bezos thing seemed like a waste of time. I don't know.
It for sure was, and he treated it like they went, and did a lap around the Earth. They orbited the Earth or something like that. It's like, dude, I know, like an intern couldn't even make a coffee run in 11 minutes. The time they were quote unquote up there in space. No way. And that crew, this is the one where you had, he took his brother naturally, because if you can take care of both Bezos brothers, if that thing blew up for some reason, which seemed like a stupid idea.
Wait, speaking of that, you think his wife was just like, his ex-wife was just a little bit just like hoping it goes down?
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, like, I got to watch just in case here. I'll be honest with you. I watched it and I was not expecting something bad to happen, but I was watching it thinking something bad might happen here. Like, I don't need to see how Jeff Bezos reacts and, celebrating in his cowboy hat like a lunatic. But like, what if something goes really bad here? This is going to be on the news for a long time, and this will be interesting. And part of me was a little concerned
I
that
got
might
big
happen.
Because what's the famous one with the teacher? Is the Challenger?
The Challenger.
Is that the one?
Yeah,
That's the one.
1986.
And I just, for both of them, I just kind of got those feelings. I'm just like, what are we doing here? I just felt like we could possibly see something. And, I hope nothing happens and all that. And, technology's changed a lot since then. But like, yeah, I don't know. I got those feelings while watching this. And I don't watch a lot of space launches and all that stuff, but like, this kind of made me feel like, do we know what we're doing?
Right.
Like,
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know they've run tests, launches and things like that. And it was first one with humans for Jeff Bezos. But like, they didn't even have that much training. They had like 14 hours of training for this. Like, something can go wrong still. Like, you talked about the Challenger. Naturally, there's been, terrible tragedies in space flight before. And those ones actually go into space. So it's a bigger rocket. This is a much smaller rocket, but the bigger rockets have the issues. But if airplanes failed at the same rate the space shuttle did, there would be 272 airplane crashes every day.
Oh, God.
Just think about that.
Oh, God.
Right? So, yes, granted, smaller rocket, a little safer, but you're not astronauts, for crying out loud. And no, you didn't go to space, but you're going up far enough where you should know a little bit more to what you need to do there in those type of situations. So, yeah, actually, there's a great speaking of the Challenger, great documentary on Netflix about the Challenger.
Oh, really?
If he's interested. Yeah. Really, really interesting behind the scenes stuff. We were obviously just being born right when that was happening, but it was unbelievably such a big deal when that did happen, and a lot of the insight that they share. But anyways, just a little sketchy. And how sure are we of these things? Because it seems like they're going to be doing a lot more of this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're going to be selling tickets. Richard Branson's going to be like $250,000 to go up on one of these things. If it stays at that height, you're probably okay, because it kind of looks like an airplane. But when you're in a rocket, you're sitting on top of a bomb, for crying out loud. Like, I wonder if that's why. I wondered this on Jeff Bezos's flight. They had the guy that had the winning bid. Mm-hmm. Right? It went to charity, whatever, but the guy paid $28 million for the fourth seat on that rocket. And he didn't go because he said he had a scheduling conflict, and said some 18-year-old Dutch kid went. Like, what in the world would you have to cancel a space flight for because you had a scheduling conflict? Like, what could have come up? Well, apparently just a couple weeks in advance, that you'd be like, oh man, is that the same day? Oh shoot, Jeff, can I get on the next one, man? Can I get on the next one? You think he was scared? Or do you think something like what would have come up?
Dan, here's what you're about. I'm happy you brought this up because it reminded me of something, the story that happened this week. And you're going to find this out next May once this starts for you. Okay. I'm sure this guy's wife was like, yeah, you're not going to space. Because they obviously have so much money that he was just like, 28 million, like, whatever, I'm going to do this. And she was like, didn't even know he did it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to space tomorrow. Because that's how everybody looks when they've done these things. They've been like, oh, yeah, like, I just woke up in the morning, I'm going to space. And so he was like, I'm going to space. And she was like, no, you're not. You're not going to space. And this is what happened to Ashton Kutcher, because he was supposed to be on the Richard Branson thing. And Mila Kunis was like,
oh, wow.
No, you're not going. Because Ashton had to say this because like there were rumors that he was like gonna be on one of the next ones or whatever. He was like, no, I was supposed to be on it, but like Mila said, it's not smart for me to do this at this time, but at some point I'm definitely going. And I'm like, yeah, when she allows you to go.
Yeah.
Because she was like, we have kids. You're not going.
Right.
You're not going to space. Like, are you high? You're not going to space. Like, and I'm telling you right now, like that's that's what happened with that guy. Like he was like, his wife was like, what? Excuse, you're not going to space. Get out of here. Yeah, it's like, tell Richie you'll see him later. Like, you're not going to tell Jeff you'll see him later.
That is totally believable. I could certainly see it happening. And you're right. Those people with that type of money, like if you've watched The Crown, you understand that the queen and the prince like don't necessarily know what each other are doing until like after it happens or the day before. They don't sit down for dinner every night and be like, hey, what do you got going on? What came up today? What'd you buy? That probably doesn't happen at that guy's house if he's spending $28 million on a bid to go up into space. And I got a scheduling conflict, man. I scheduled my colonoscopy that day, and the doctor's I can't get in, so I hope you understand. I'll get you on the next one. He says he's going to go on another one, on one of the future ones, but oh boy, that guy's wife had to be like, no, you're not.
Yeah,
no, you're not. With that guy, Cowboy like. Johnson over there and his bald brother, no, you can take. We'll get you on a plane. You buy your own plane and go wherever you want, but you're not going there.
Does Jeff Bezos wear cowboy hats all the time?
Yeah, what was that?
What
is it just because they were in Texas or wherever, or New Mexico, or there's just he's all of a sudden Mr. Cowboy down there, space cowboy.
What a weird guy. I am. Yeah, Oof, man. Well, that was space talk with Dan and Didi, and now we're gonna go on to the Olympics because Dan's dressed for the occasion.
That's right.
Beautiful. I'm ready. I love that.
I got this is the official Team USA jacket that they wore. What year was this? I actually have from two different Olympics. I have 2008. This must have been 2012, I think.
12 had the like best opening ceremonies, like fits known to me. Like that was, they all looked fire. I remember they were mad because they were like made in China or something. I don't know. Right. All I know is they were fire.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But
I'm ready for it. Let's go. It's Olympic week, opening ceremony on Friday.
Yes, sir.
I can't Olympics.
Wait. I'm excited if they happen, but that's
another. Oh boy. Yeah.
Just like Kanye's album release, I have no idea if the Olympics are going to happen.
Dude, I heard my phone. That's so funny you mentioned that. Like right before I woke up this morning, I heard my phone going off like more than once before 7:30, and that's usually a strange instance for that to be happening. And I just kind of like do one of those peeks with my eye to see what time it was and make sure it was nothing crazy going on. And I could see the ESPN notification. And I thought, son of a bitch, they just canceled the Olympics. That's what that is.
Dude.
I mean, it was about the Olympics. It was about the women's soccer team, unfortunately, losing. But that's my fear. Every time I see a notification on my phone, I thought, here it is. They called it.
It's, oh man, the whole situation over there is ugly. I was like, dude, when they said a U.S. gymnast had COVID, they would say the name. I was like, if it's Simone Biles, just shut the games down. Can we all just
right
shut them down?
That's just If that's actually if she got it, then we don't need the Olympics. Anything else. No reason for them. Cancel the games.
Yeah. See him in 2024. Like we're done here. There's no need to have
Michael Phelps in good shape. Is he over there? No. Okay. Forget it. Cancel them.
Yeah. It's like, we're done here. All right. Well, another thing with the Olympics is that they have in the Olympic Village cardboard beds for the athletes. So they will stay distant away from each other and they will not have sex, because if you don't know about the Olympic Village, it's literally just the greatest athlete, the people, all bunch up in shape people, all just banging all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. And so they have cardboard beds set up for them so that they encourage no touching, no sex.
Like, you're not joking about that, about what the Olympic Village becomes for the greatest in shape and greatest looking people in the world. They literally give out like over 400,000 condoms.
Yep.
At the Olympics. I am not joking you. They are not doing that this year.
Uh-huh.
They're not giving out as many. I guess they're taking them home. They're like, here's some Suvies from Tokyo that you can take home. And this is the claim, right? This is the claim, is that they are made to transport easily and then can eventually be recycled, both the bed frame, the cardboard bed frame, and the mattress, and that they're still very sturdy. Like, get the hell out of here. they only support, there's a report out that they support up to 440 pounds, which is still enough weight for two in shape people. Okay.
Absolutely.
There are people there that weigh far less than that and are in incredible shape. Okay. So that's
like two shot putters. You might have to find a shot putter, might have to find a gymnast, whatever, to balance that out. But like, other than that,
but it can happen.
Yeah.
It can still be under that limit if that's the accurate number.
Absolutely.
And there's an athlete now, an American athlete, a U.S. athlete over there that took a video in TikTok and was jumping on the bed to show that it won't break.
Yes.
So, and I love that. Proving it once again. Now, I hope there are reports of broken beds and we see those pictures and those videos of like whoopsie daisy and things like that. Like, guess cardboard wasn't strong enough for this bod or something. I don't know. Or when you bring, Team USA and, Germany together, cardboard gets broken. I don't know. I hope we get those. But yeah, like, can you imagine on the night before the most important day of your entire life, you have to sleep on a cardboard bed?
Dude, I can't even. I don't even understand I feel like the floor would be better than that. I don't understand that part. But like, dude, okay, so I just looked up Michael Phelps' height and weight. 198 pounds. So
in order for him to find a 240-pound companion for that bed, I mean, we're talking sumo wrestlers at that point. That's the heaviest of the heavy.
Yeah.
And that would even be, I think that wouldn't be a problem for most people.
Yeah, I think what we're going to end up happening, because they decided they're not going to have condoms in the Olympic Village, we're going to have a lot of Olympic babies. That's what we're going to have.
Yeah.
We're going to have some Olympic babies, because I feel like sex is still going to happen, and especially since they are in the bubble. They're going to be in a bubble for this thing. They are the only people that they're going to see.
Yeah.
They're in everyone in the Olympics is like under 30.
Yes.
Like, a comfortable bed is an over 30 problem. Like, a bed stops nothing when you were under 30. Like that, like no bed, that doesn't matter at all when you were under 30. So like,
no,
good try, Olympics, but like, there's still going to be some banging going on.
The 2040 Olympic Games are going to have a tie back to these games. I'll tell you that right now, because that's going to be just the age range for them to hit peak athleticism, and it's going to be all the same names. They're going to be weird. These
oh God,
represent both countries and whatnot, and yeah, I don't think especially once the event is over.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Once that person's event is over and they're going to hang out there until the closing ceremony or whatnot, they probably don't care about a number of things, and they're going to get to some banging. It's just going to happen. It's just, they waited 5 years for this, not 4, 5. And
5.
I think it's not going to stop them. It's wild. But yeah, there's cardboard beds. They claim they're harder than wood. That's not how just engineering generally works. So sure, that's fine. But yeah, at this point, just put the mattress on the floor. If you're trying to be, I talked about going green, right? Climate change and all that. I'm for recycling the beds afterwards, but at that point, just put the damn thing on the floor. So there's obviously another reason behind it.
Yeah. Olympics. Just good God.
Get ready. We've got new sports debuting in the Olympics this year.
Yeah.
5 new sports. We have surfing, skateboarding, karate, sport climbing, and
3-on-3 basketball.
3-on-3 basketball, which is going to be amazing. Played on half court, 12-second shot clock, first team to 21, or leading after 10 minutes wins. It's going to be fascinating. And for me, an Olympics nut, we've got Olympics now. We got it starting this week, and then we don't have to wait very long. Usually it's a 2-year period, right? No, next Olympics are in February because we go from summer to winter, and they're going to be right around the corner. So, I love it. I'm going to be glued to the TV for the next couple of weeks.
It's going to be wild because we'll have everything's going to be happening so much faster. It's going to be like, oh crap, the Olympics are this year? That's going to be cool because I love the Olympics too. So I'm super excited about it.
Yeah,
so
a lot going on.
All right. Well, Brunch Court. Let's get into it, Dan. I have a taste test for Brunch Court.
You do? A special edition
I do.
Of Brunch
Special
Court.
edition. Yeah. I have not tasted these yet. You will be able to notice that the bag is open. My wife got to them before me. Lay's wavy jerk chicken.
Woo! Look at that.
Potato chips.
We talked about Lay's a couple weeks ago.
We did?
How wild the flavors were getting, and you've got a jerk chicken.
Yes.
Flavored Lay's.
Check out the chip.
Oh, and they got the ridges.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're wavy. Oh yeah.
They're wavy.
It's wavy.
Oh boy, I'm a big fan of wavy.
It's wavy.
Here he goes. This is usually my gig. I love that you're doing this though, because I couldn't find the damn mystery Pop-Tarts.
Dude, I saw them. I had to get them. All right.
What are you feeling?
Spicy. You taste the chicken right off the bat.
Really?
Right off the bat. Like,
you taste the chicken.
The chicken right off the bat. Dude, this is good. This is really good.
Is it really?
Like, I'm not going to eat too many for the people listening. It won't be great, but I'm going to eat 2 because, dude.
Did Siobhan have a positive reaction?
Oh, yeah. She loved them. She was like, these are fire. She was like, they're a little. Oh, yeah. This, if you've ever had, this just tastes like, because if you've ever had like jerk chicken seasoning, if you ever like bought jerk chicken seasoning or whatever, like tastes like this, but with just more chicken. You just taste the chicken. This is good. Dude, get these. Yeah, Lay's wavy jerk chicken.
I like it. Gonna have to keep my eyes out. That's amazing that they can get the chicken flavor so prominent and not too spicy, just the right amount of jerk chicken's it's a good balance of spice.
Yeah, it's just the right amount of spice, because that was the one thing Siobhan said. She was like, I'm not really into spicy things, but this is like just at the border of like being too spicy for me. And I'm like,
okay.
And this is good. Like, this is no spicier than like a barbecue chip or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is fire.
Wow.
I am a huge fan. Will probably buy every bag, because I don't know if these are limited summer flavors, so I'm buying a lot of these.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, there it is, the official ruling for Brunch Court.
Oh, yeah.
We can judge things by pictures and descriptions, but it really takes a taste test. We try to do as many as we can here, and that locks it in. It's running free. It's running free like the juice. Jerk chicken Lay's. I love it. What's poppin', Twitter?
Good God. Juice. Oh God. Do we have anything else for Brunch Court today? Or are we moving on?
No, yeah, let's move on. We'll have another full slate for Brunch Court next week.
Dude, I can't believe how good those are. Those are
I gotta get those
really
now.
good. Get
Chip
those.
aisle can be dangerous.
Dude.
Can be a dangerous aisle, especially when they're coming out with crazy flavors like this.
Dude, and the reason I got it is because I was in the grocery store, because like there was no, we hadn't been in our house for like 3 weeks, so we had nothing. So I was just like buying. It was one of those days when you're like, you're at Target and you're just like putting everything in the thing, and your bills are super high because you have nothing at your house. And that was it. And that's how I ended up running into these things, because I'm literally going in and out of like every aisle. And
wow,
I was like, whew, they're good.
Whew. I love it.
House the Lay's. All right, let's get into what we're listening to. Dan, what music are you listening to this week?
This week, one of my favorites, no surprise to anybody here, Churches releasing another single called Good Girls. It's their third, and back to what we discussed earlier, hopefully their last song release.
So many. God.
Before this album comes out at the end of August. The album is 10 songs long, and this is the third one. We have 30% of the album. Enough.
Yeah.
Please. Yes, we love their music, but this is not the right way to do it. I want the anticipation. But Good Girls, again, third one released that they've given us this summer. It's got that classic vibe from Churches, if you're into them at all, kind of this, playing with the synths, and Lauren does an amazing job on the vocals on this song. This one, I feel like you could jam out to this song with windows down in the car in a summer day, or you could also be jamming out to this in the club.
Oh,
any time of year. I feel like it has a little bit of that vibe where it could be played either way. So Good Girls from Churches, first one to check out this week.
Nice. All right. Willow Smith put out an album that I find to be very interesting and a good listen if you like pop punk music. If you like this music, you are going to really like this, or you're going to find it interesting and wonder what she's going to do next. I feel more of like I'm really more excited about what she's going to do next. They put this out. I'm excited to see what she does next with it. But there are some really good moments on here. Like, I love the song Don't Save Me. Super good song on here. That's what I want to put on the playlist this week. Check out Don't Save Me. Also, she's got a song with Avril Lavigne that sounds like an Avril Lavigne song that Avril Lavigne should be putting out. And
yes.
I mean, it's a good song. It's called Grow. And it's like, Avril, like you should be putting out this song. But like, it's a really good song. So shouts to Willow Smith. I dig this album. Lately, I Feel Everything is what it's called.
Yeah, I'm glad you added that one on. I feel the same way. I feel like this is just the beginning, that it's just going to get better for her if she's going to be exploring these different avenues of music style and things like that. And yeah, the song with Avril it's good. And lyrically, it means, I think, a lot for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it hits home too. So it's a good one. So yeah, definitely check that out. I like it.
Also,
like it.
Willow's definitely going to be on the Coachella lineup. Like I would put money on it.
Wow.
Them and AJR. I'll put money on both of them. They are both going to be on the Coachella lineup.
That gets me excited. There's that that anticipation. Ready for it. That's okay. I like it. Bad Sons. I think I've added a song or two from them in the past. But a few weeks ago, they released a track called Heaven is a Place in My Head. Really enjoy their sound. They had a big song out years ago called Cardiac Arrest. Kind of blends, indie pop, alt pop. There's certainly some pop punk influences in there, kind of depending on the song. But this one is a total alt pop summer jam. This is a fantastic summer song. I wish I would have added it earlier, since we're about halfway through summer, whatnot, but enjoy it still while you can in the summer months. I really think people are going to enjoy this song. Heaven is a Place in My Head by Bad Sons.
Nice. Like that. All right. Post Malone put out a song a couple weeks ago called Motley Crue. And this is the Post Malone that I like. A lot of people like Post Malone when he's behind a guitar singing or whatever. And I'm happy that he hasn't abandoned the Post Malone that we all fell in love with, which is this hybrid rapping, singing person. And Motley Crue is all of that. I love this song so much. Like I love, this is the Post Malone that I like. Like, I don't like the Post Malone who has to singing, because I don't think his voice is that great. I just don't. I don't. Like, I like Circles, whatever. It's great. It's a good song. But like, I like the Post Malone that's doing this weird auto-tuning rapping thing, and he just does it better than a lot of people trying to do it. So Post Malone, Motley Crue. I love that song.
Yeah, it is. It's a song for people that fell in love with that type of Post Malone. You're right. I think it caught a few people by surprise, but it's good to know he's not abandoning that. That's for sure. Because he could put out, it's like Drake. Like Drake could put out hit after hit after hit constantly, but he decides not to do that, and he stays true to his different styles and things like that. So nice. Last one I have is from Walk the Moon. Ooh, now there's a band we haven't heard from in a while, in a long while.
A long while.
Yeah, they just recently announced a tour and dropped. It's an interest. It's kind of trying to figure out what they're trying to do, because they released 3 songs at once. 3 at once.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and so it's like kind of an EP called "Can You Handle My Love." There has to be other music coming. If this is part of an album, I don't know. If there's a new album coming as well as they go.
This isn't a very good cosign, my friend.
I know. So I'm trying to figure out what they're doing, but the track that I'm going to put on the playlist from the 3 is called Giants. They have a title track called "Can You Handle My Love." There's another track called "I'm Good." I like both of them. They're good, but Giants is the one that I kind of lean towards right now. It's kind of my favorite of the 3. Really catchy. Really love these guys. The past couple albums that they've put out, going all the way back to Talking Is Hard, and even before that, have been amazing from start to finish. So I'm interested to see what we're doing here. Are we just getting these 3? Hopefully it's not part of an album. Hopefully there is an album. I'm sure there is. But Giants from Walk the Moon.
Nice. Walk the Moon. It's been a minute.
Yes, it has.
It has been a minute. And that
great
was not
band to see live. If you get a chance to do it, great band to see live.
That was not a great cosign, my friend. Not a great cosign. Last one, John Mayer, man.
Yeah.
John Mayer put out an album that honestly, there's nothing to hate about it. If you like John Mayer, you're gonna like this album. There's no new ground broken on this album whatsoever. Like, there is nothing new he's trying. This is John Mayer saying, I'm just gonna put out an album that people like, and I'm gonna go on tour and do my hits, and they're all gonna move in with this one. And I'm okay with that, because I like John Mayer when he does what I want him to do. Just like I said with Post Malone. When they do what they want them to do, I like it. And the song that I want to put on here is, I Guess I Just Feel Like, and honestly, I guess I just feel like I really like that song. So okay. I Guess I Just Feel Like, check that song out on Sob Rock, John Mayer's album that is just a John Mayer album. There's really nothing else to say about it. Like, yeah. It's just a John Mayer album.
You're right. Like it. You're right. It is. It's good though. It's good. There's some really, really good songs on that album.
No, it's really good. It's just what you want. When you just listen to John Mayer, that's what you want. And I just feel like this is good. And it makes me want to go see him on tour now too. So
there's a good would you rather, like John Mayer or you need somebody on the other end of the spectrum that's a little bit more, because John Mayer's he can get a little wild on the street.
He can.
He's known to do these. Do that.
He's a wild boy. Yeah.
This music style and his lifestyle don't quite line up.
No, don't line up. It's like, oh, that's the guy who sings the Daughters song. He's so great. Yeah. It's like, whoa, John Mayer is a wild boy. Whoa.
Yeah.
Easy. Oh, man. Well, Dan, this has been a good one.
It has. We covered a lot of ground here.
We covered a lot of ground, and we did this in like a solid amount of time. I'm proud of us.
I am too. You know, we always wish Chris is with us, but understand you know, he's out still having a couple of deer in headlights drinks and probably take.
Yep. He's out there having the Spritus Antentacupo. And
Okay.
Because what is it? It's Giannis. I forget what the other one's name is, but it's a S2. So,
yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Any other suggestions, throw them our way, but we've got some solid contenders in there.
Solid ones, for sure. Oh, man. Well, Dan, any final thoughts before we let the brunchers go?
Yeah, if something happens with this Kanye album that goes unplanned, please don't blame us. We're reporting what we have, and we're doing the best we can. So,
and if something happens with the Olympics, we're just recording what we can. We're reporting just what we can. And, you know, we want them to happen, but we don't know if they will.
I'll be sad if they don't. It'll be weird without fans there anyways, but I'll wear my Team USA Olympic jackets, you know, just to represent no matter what.
I love it. Well, that's the Brunch Breakdown. We're out. Peace.